Alright, so this video is going to be something new that I have been wanting to try out for some time now. I always record my games whenever I'm practicing with the deck, or I'm trying to get a feel for it and see how it works, just in case something interesting happens. Well, the other day, I was messing around with the Gruul land destruction deck, trying to get a little bit better at it, and I encountered a very heartbreaking game. This is the second game of that match, and I am down one game. I know my opponent is on an Izzet combo deck because, well, I lost to the combo in the first game. They're using Hard Evidence and Indomitable Creativity to find the Locust God and Sage of the Falls. Both of these cards together create infinite 1/1 insects with haste that win on the spot. It sucked to lose to the combo, but I'm prepared for it, or at least I think I am. Sideboarding, I bring in Cindervines, Shifting Ceratops, and Grafdigger's Cage to hopefully stop the combo. Game 2 seems to be getting off to a very slow start. My opponent seems to be having some kind of mana problems. They don't have any blue mana sources, and I don't make my first big play until turn 4 with an on-curve Chandra. On turn 5, I draw my second Stone Rain, and with the additional mana from Chandra, I'm able to cast both Stone Rains in the same turn on turn 5, reducing my opponent's lands from 4 down to 2. And I think I'm in a really good spot. I'm sitting there with a Chandra on 6 loyalty, 5 lands to their 2 lands, and I have a Shifting Ceratops in hand, ready to start the beatdown. I'm riding high. On turn 6, I draw Grafdigger's Cage, and I think at this point in the game, there's absolutely nothing my opponent can do. I look down at my Chandra, she's on 7 loyalty, they don't have any threats on the field. I'm certainly going to get her emblem next turn. With Grafdigger's Cage out, there's nothing they can do to stop me. My opponent correctly identifies that the Shifting Ceratops is going to be a huge problem for them, and they use 2 cards to get it off the field. But now I have a Chandra emblem, and I draw an elf for the turn, which I then cast out, smoking my opponent in the face for 5. Then I load up my Lair of the Hydra and bring them down to 3. You know, my opponent's in a position where they only have 5 mana on the next turn, potentially, and they'll need to do something huge to stay alive, and all I need to do is draw a non-land card, and they gotta stop my Lair of the Hydra too. Well, my opponent manages to utilize all their resources and take out my elf while mustering up 2 blockers to keep my Lair of the Hydra in check. And of course, on my following turn, I draw Forest off the top. So I crash in with my Lair of the Hydra, they chump block it, and I pass it over to them. But I am thinking, I still have my Grafdigger's Cage. They'll need to deal with that before they can combo off. Right? Well, no, not exactly, because apparently I still have reading comprehension issues after all these years, and I still don't fully understand the game. In stunned amazement, I carefully read Grafdigger's Cage, I carefully read Indomitable Creativity, and I finally realize that Creativity exiles the 2 cards before putting them onto the field, making Grafdigger's Cage completely useless in the face of an Indomitable Creativity combo deck. And I sit there realizing I have lost this game. I hate combo decks.